Hello my fellow creators and welcome to my YouTube channel. It is the second of the month, which means it's time for the SheetLoad creative team to share our version of this month's SheetLoad of Card Sketch. The SheetLoad of Card Sketch is a sketch, cutting guide, and full supply list provided free to all of Call Me Crafty Al's subscribers. I will be sure to link to Call Me Crafty Al's channel in the description box below. Now, on the first of the month, Alicia of the Call Me Crafty Al channel shares the newest sketch. And on the second of the month, she shares a full process video showing how she uses the sketch, including any tips or tricks she may have. The creative team also shares our version of how we use the sketch on the second of the month. Now, there will be a link to the playlist in the description box below so that you can follow along with all of the creative team members for the December 2025 SheetLoad of Card Sketch. Be sure to use the hashtags on the sketch when sharing on social media. This way we can see what all our crafty friends have made. Now, the sketch does show what supplies are needed, how many cards it will yield, and this month it yields 6. The dimensions, in case you want to make just one card instead of the full batch. Alicia has an assembly suggestion on this month's sketch, and then she does have a channel member bonus, which I'll show you in just a minute. Now, the sketches also share alternative ideas, such as rotating the sketch, in this case, to a landscape versus a portrait. Now, the second page of the SheetLoad sketch is your cutting guide. So that'll show you how to cut your pattern paper and any cardstock you may need. Now, on page 3 of this month's SheetLoad, you'll see that there are some wonderful sentiments. So this month, there is a holiday sentiments printable that coordinates with Teresa's one and done sentiments die from Not Too Shabby. I'll have a link to that die in the description box as well. Now, all channel members, all of Alicia's channel members, will have access to a 3-page PDF printable that has 11 winter holiday themed sentiment sets. Now, she also has Oh Christmas Tree digital papers. So all her die cut and paper trimmer level members will have access to the 3 digital papers, which are shown here and featured on this month's printable. So let me show you. See, she featured them on her printable this month. So Alicia has lots of fun things, so I would highly suggest checking out her channel membership for lots of extra perks. So for my card this month, well, my SheetLoad of cards, I used this older paper pad I had in my stash. It is the Night Before Christmas paper pad from Doodlebug. Now, I chose to use a paper pad for my stash versus Alicia's bonus printable because I have a sneaky suspicion that quite a few of the team members will be using her printable. So I wanted to use something a little different. So I used this, and one of the papers I chose, let's see if I have any left in here because this is not a full paper pad anymore. One of the papers I chose is this one with all these cute little gingerbread men on them. So when I chose this paper, I of course remembered that I had this die from Spellbinders, and I thought, oh, I can die cut this as a focal point on my cards as well. Again, I'll link to what I can find in the description box. So now, let me show you my SheetLoad of cards. So here are my 6 cards. And aren't they so cute? Now, I did pull in colors from the pattern papers that I used. So you'll see I used that gingerbread paper that's behind my little gingerbread man there. And I also used a paper with polka dots and one with different kinds of stripes on it. So I did that. Then I also printed the sentiments on some white cardstock. And you'll get that on the 3rd page, by the way. So on your 3rd page, you do get a sampling of her printable sentiments. So you can print these. And if you happen to have that one and done die, you can cut these out. But I didn't have that. So I just cut them out using a die I had in my stash. Now I cut each sentiment out individually with a die I had in my stash. Let me show you. So here's the die. I had these two battered dies, so I used those. But you know, really it would have been lovely to have that one and done die so I could cut all the sentiments all at once. So I think I may have to go to the Not Too Shabby shop and grab that. But once I cut those out, then I used some of the same cardstock that I used as my background layers to cut kind of a shadow layer for the sentiment. And then I did pop them up on some foam tape. I also assembled my little gingerbread men, and their little buttons, you'll see, are the same pink here as the background panel, and here the same teal. So they kind of coordinated. And this one was a super easy die to assemble, super easy. And I added a few little highlights to the eyes and hair on top of the head of our little gingerbread man, just to bring him more to life. But those are my 6 cards. So this one says, have a very Merry Christmas. This one says, Merry Christmas. This one is, we wish you a Merry Christmas. This one says, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. This one says, Season's Greetings. And this one says, Happy Holidays. I think they turned out so cute. I was so happy that I remembered I had that die in my stash. So I think it pulled in the gingerbread papers that I have on each of the cards perfectly. That's such a cute little gingerbread man. And I'm really, really liking this sketch. I like the diagonal cut here. You could always change it up too. Instead of doing a diagonal cut at the exact dimensions, just kind of freehand it and cut it at whatever diagonal you'd like. But I would recommend cutting your 3 papers together so you have the same angle on all 3. So when you mix and match them, they line up better. So there's my 6 cards for my December sheet load. Wow, I can't believe that December is here already, friends. Oh my goodness. And December is such a busy month for me. So many birthdays and holidays, my anniversary, my birthday, Christmas. Lots of fun to be had in December, starting with making this wonderful sheet load of cards. Thanks so much for sticking around to the end. I'd be thrilled if you subscribe to my YouTube channel or followed me on any of my other social media platforms. As always, have a beautiful, safe, and creative day. Thanks for watching. Bye. Celebrate one day. We have our ups and downs, but when there's love, there's always a way. And oh, this time of year, we come together to celebrate. Yes, every time the